So today we need to talk about the American dream. And is the American dream dead in 2025? Well, that's a very good question. Many people are saying they're coming to the United States to live the American dream. But what is this dream? Well, according to reports, the American dream is owning a home, having a stable career, and starting a family. That is the American dream according to millions and millions of people. But is that achievable in 2025? Well, let's talk about it. Because as of right now, the answer is likely no. Here's the reason why. Look at this right here. It says, is the American dream of home ownership still within reach? Well, here's what you need to know. Currently in the United States in 2025, the average home costs roughly $415,000. But most people want to live in a very warm area. They don't want huge changes in temperatures. So where do they go? Most likely California. In California, you are not going to find a home that is in good condition, okay, near the beach for $415,000. But let's just say anywhere in the United States, you're going to spend $415,000. This means just for a down payment on the home at 3%, you need $12,450. That's what you need for a down payment. That doesn't include closing costs. That doesn't include realtor fees. That doesn't include any maintenance or fixes or anything like that. That is just to get into the home. Now, here's the problem. The average American here in the United States makes about $70,000 per year. Okay? So in order to get your $12,000 down payment, make $70,000 a year, that's what, like $1,300 a month, or $1,300 a week. You're looking at 9.5, 10 weeks just to have your down payment. That doesn't include taxes. So, is the American dream of home ownership, is that still achievable in 2025 for the majority of people? The answer is no. But let's get on to the next one. Okay, a stable career or starting a business. Many people say, you know what, this is the ultimate dream to have a business. And it may be. But the concern with having a business is you are the one responsible for it. It's all on you. Everything is on you. You make more money, it's yours. But if you don't make any money, that's also on you. Okay? Nobody else is to blame. But here's the thing. Most people just go and get a job. Why? Because it's the easiest thing to do. Just go and find somebody that is hiring. Well, look at this right here. It says layoff fears leave 1 in 3 U.S. workers scared to use PTO. So people do not want to take a vacation, a paid vacation, because they're concerned about their job and it still being there when they come back. Now, I have a lot of friends that this is a huge concern for them. If they take any time off, it's usually one day, possibly two, and it's normally a Friday or a Monday, and they kind of sandwich in the weekend. That's how they get a long weekend. That's how they get more days off. They don't take Monday through Friday off and and then get Saturday, Sunday the week before, and the Saturday, Sunday the week after to get a full 9 days. They don't do that because they're concerned that their job might not be there. But this is why I bring this to your attention. I want to read this to you really quick. It says, rising job insecurity among employees is reshaping how Americans are approaching vacations this summer, as nearly 1 in 3 workers say recent layoffs or fear of job loss have made them reluctant to take time off for fun in the sun. Yeah, more people don't want to take time off because they're concerned that their job will go to somebody else. That doesn't show stable career in my eyes. That shows really a lot of anxiety. Okay? Now, I bring this up, okay? Because in the current state of the economy, a lot of people are concerned that these layoffs are only going to intensify. I personally believe the same thing. And I say this because it's what we've seen. When we have so many conflicts here in the United States, it doesn't show stable career. It shows growing economy, but a lot of that's due to AI and technology and advancement. So again, is the American dream dead in 2025 if you're looking for a stable career? The answer is yeah. I would be extremely concerned. But let's get to the third one. What is the American dream? Well, it's raising a family. Well, look at this right here. It says Americans who don't want children have doubled in 20 years. The amount of people that do not want children doubled. That is concerning. Okay? But why? I want to read this to you really quick. It says right here, we found that the percentage of non-parents who don't want any children rose from 14% in 2002 to 29% in 2023. That's huge. Okay? 29% of Americans, okay, do not want children. That's massive. So again, if we are looking at the American dream as owning a home, having a stable career, or starting a business, and starting a family, this looks troubling because again, it doesn't look likely you're going to own a home, okay, start a business, or have a stable career, and start a family. A lot of people say it's all because of finances. Well, look at this right here. It says almost 1 in 4 millennials and Gen Zers say they won't have kids due to finances. Okay. Raising children is expensive. It can be very expensive. Obviously, you got to pay for food. When they're little, you pay for diapers and potentially formula. You got to buy all the clothes and all that stuff. Right? You go on a vacation. Let's say you fly somewhere and you got a 2 or 3 year old. Let's say a 3-year-old. You got to pay for a seat. They have to sit in a seat. You can't hold them. You can't hold them like they're a newborn. So there's a problem there is now you pay for an additional seat. Oh, you don't just have one child, you got 2? Yeah, you got to pay for both. Okay? You got to pay for colleges. If they go to college, you pay for all your school stuff. You pay for their after school activities, right? It becomes expensive. So for many people here coming into the United States or ones that are in the United States, you think about like, you know what? I really want to go to college, right? Get a degree, get a great job, buy a home, right? Then maybe start a business. And then finally, I want to raise a family. All those things take time. All those things take money. That's the biggest concern right now is millions and millions of Americans are racking up so much debt that they don't have the money needed to achieve the American dream. So I'm here to ask you, in your opinion, what is the American dream? Is it owning a home, having a stable career, or starting a business? And is it actually starting a family? Or for many, the American dream now is to just live debt-free. So let me know down in the comment section below. What is your definition of living the American dream?